classic metal show with Holy Wars, The Punishment Due. And kicking off the show tonight, we heard The Number of the Beast, some Iron Maiden for you. And speaking of the Beast, coming to the mic is my good friend and partner, the spectacled one, Chris Aiken. What's going on with those glasses, man?
I gotta wear them because my eyes don't do really especially good with my glasses. I need a couple of days to wear them because I got to go take my driver's test on Monday.
I see.
And I need to pass my driver's test. And unlike most people, I can't just throw the glasses on and take the test because I never wear them. So but I can't pass the test without them.
Okay.
So I'm wearing the glasses for a couple of days to get my eyes
acclimated
to them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So on with the glasses, off with the beard.
Why do you have to take a test?
Eye test. You have to take an eye test to renew your license.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to do that in Chicago?
Yeah, you do. It just never, because they extended the renewal process to like 6 years.
Oh, okay.
I forgot how long it's been since what you have to go through to renew your license.
Yeah. Well, I've got my mask ready. I'm ready to get out there.
When you say test, it was like, are you taking a driving test? But you just mean getting your eyes checked.
Yeah, just doing that whole blinking left side, blinking right side.
Yeah.
AZQTP.
Right.
No, I'm not supporting the gay party. I'm just saying the letters.
Exactly.
Although, would it shock you much if you go to the driver's thing and all the letters just spelled out LGBTQ?
Yeah,
okay,
it would not surprise me. No.
You forgot the plus. You fail. Anyway, what's going on?
Well, speaking of that,
yes.
Being that I do some work or do some bidding for the city of Chicago.
Yes.
Because they sometimes, need containers. So I have to do bids, right? So I'm connected to the city of Chicago's finance department.
Right.
And they send out these newsletters, just sort of like general newsletters about things going on in the city, or hey, we're having a meeting of such and such this week at Wednesday, or we're having a what do you want to, like a community video meeting.
Okay.
They just give you updates on it's a newsletter. It comes to your mail.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Their newsletter is always slanted left, always.
Well, everything is these days.
Yeah, I know, but see, here's the thing. This is the city which, anybody who's a citizen or who lives in the city, they don't all think that way.
They should, though.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. It's like not everyone thinks that way, but your newsletter coming from the city government always has some kind of message there that's specifically left-leaning, being an ideologue.
It's the vision of Lordy Lightfoot, isn't it?
I don't know. It's dumb. And it's just like, well, wait a minute. What if I don't think that way?
Well, then you can go fucking work in Indiana.
Well, fortunately, I'm not a Illinois resident.
Yeah.
And I'm not a resident of the city of Chicago, but what if I was? What if I don't think that way? So you're sending me propaganda email from my city government that I pay taxes into, but your viewpoint is skewed in one direction?
Of course it is. Dude, the number one rule of being a conservative is you have to be tougher than to fucking be swayed by horse shit. And that, that's just it is. It's one of the true hallmark good things about being conservative is that you're just not swayed by the stupidity of everybody bombarding you with why you're wrong.
Yeah, I know, but I just thought that was really odd that they can't leave some agenda out of a newsletter about city business.
Did you think it was odd, or did you really just think it was disgusting because this country's so fucked?
Well, that too, but the thing is you can tell me that there's a financial meeting on Wednesday if you want to tune in, but you don't have to throw in your liberal viewpoint.
Yeah, well, there is a financial meeting. Lefties in the front, righties on the back. You can drink from the drinking fountain on the left side.
Yeah, it's bizarre. But
Yep.
anyway, we're just a little over a week away from this election, so I certainly hope everyone does their their civic duty and go out there and vote. And I hope you are thinking about how you vote instead of just pulling a lever just because of your uh I don't know, allegiance to a party or something.
Yeah.
That you actually think about why you're voting for certain things or certain people.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's all I got to say about that. But please go in person.
Got mine done. Went in person.
That's right. Do it in person. If you do it early, great. If you go on November 3rd, great. I'm gonna go on the 3rd. I'll stop through on my way home from work,
Yeah.
and I'll do that then. But I hope everybody who listens to the show who's American citizen will actually go out there and do that.
Yeah. I got mine done and then immediately got chastised by my mom for not posting my I voted picture on Facebook.
Did you say, "Hey, mom, Facebook is no longer anything that I'm concerned with"?
Well, I basically said, what else did I not post on Facebook since I'm never there anymore?
Yeah,
And she's like, oh, well, I really didn't look. I was like, yeah, don't worry about it, mom. It's
yeah,
fine.
Facebook.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
ought to you ought to encourage your mother to get off of Facebook too.
she's barely on there either. She checks in like once a week and it's just to keep up with the, 6 people she knows that are still alive. So
Yeah, we can do without Facebook.
yeah, I'm not big for it. That's for sure.
Mhm.
I checked in. I looked at my timeline tonight when we were getting ready for the show, and I just looked at it and was like, "Look at all these fucking crabby ass fucks." It's like every fucking post is politics, politics, politics. Biden this and Trump that, and Pelosi says, like, you know what? Fuck off.
Yeah,
Just fuck off. It's tiring.
it is. It definitely is. But yeah, just I can't pay attention to any kind of news of any kind.
No.
Not that I have in literally 3 years.
Yeah.
And because it's all slanted, in one direction,
Mhm.
all you have to do is look at the headline and go, yeah, I know what that's about.
Dude, anymore I get is look at the source. If it's something that doesn't end in RU, then it's clearly slanted to the left, and
Exactly.
and if it's anything that ends with .ru, it's slanted toward Trump.
Yeah, exactly.
There is no the closest to a middle ground, as I've said a million times, is Newsy.
Yeah.
Because all they do is they do 1-minute reports, they say facts, and they're out.
Well,
Hey, everybody.
that's all news should be. It just should
Yeah.
give you facts and out the door.
And that's all it is. It's literally, hey, Donald Trump is going to be in Florida today. Doot, doot. Next story.
There you go.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of Trump, I saw that he was there in Ohio this afternoon, and he's up in Waukesha, Wisconsin this evening right now as we speak.
Let me tell you about the visit, because I went and never mind, I didn't.
So that guy is nonstop. He is doing 2 and 3 campaign stops a day.
Good for him.
I mean, that is a lot of traveling, and the guy doesn't look any worse for wear. Just
No.
just as upbeat and energetic and ready to rock and roll every time he hits the stage.
I'd be okay if him, Biden, and the media all put a lid on themselves until after the election. I'd be fine with it.
I'm sure you would. I saw that poster boy for white privilege, John Bon Jovi, played over there in Eastern Pennsylvania today for the 10 cars at the Biden rally.
Wow. What, 20 fucking people show up for that?
I think maybe 15. Meanwhile, Trump had like 15,000 people at this one rally in Circleville, Ohio.
Well, then I understand why the polls are leaning all Biden. Makes sense.
This is kind of funny. What a goof.
Yep.
And then Biden was basically saying that he would be everybody's president, even the president for the, and he called them what did he call them? He called them, oh shit. Gotta look.
Who was he
He's talking about? There were more Trump supporters there at his rally than the Biden supporters.
Oh, nice.
Because they were all out there campaigning.
So they were out there harassing him. I love it.
Yeah. He called them chumps.
Chumps.
He called them chumps.
Well, you know, he is an old senile guy. It makes sense that he'd use a term from 1968.
He just said, I'll be everyone's president, even the chumps back there on the microphone.
The chumps.
That's what he called them.
I mean, could he have found an older reference than chumps?
Well, he's not putting up with any malarkey, Chris.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I don't want any hullabaloo from you guys in the back. You chumps.
Well, that's what he started his campaign out with this year, was the No Malarkey campaign.
Yeah, I don't want any malarkey from you chumps in the back.
Yeah.
Let's
So
keep
pipe
that
down.
Let's keep that hullabaloo to the minimum.
So goofy.
What an old piece of shit this fucking retard is.
That's an old doddering fool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the Trump guy, but I'm certainly not the fucking Biden guy. Jesus Christ. How can you fucking cast your vote for a fucking guy with that is senile at best and demented at probable?
Yeah.
It's like, what are you thinking?
Yeah. Just might as well just throw your vote away.
Yeah. Yep. Might as well, but oh well.
Anyway, week from Tuesday. If you haven't voted early, get out there on Tuesday and cast your ballot.
Yeah.
Be a good American and do that.
Yeah. I would suggest going early if you can, because the lines are going to be long as fuck.
I guess it just depends on where you live.
Yeah. Yeah. Where are you going to vote at? I mean,
It's one street over from me.
Okay. So that ain't too bad.
No.
That's cool.
Yeah, it used to be just right next door, literally one driveway up from me.
Right.
In a clubhouse at an apartment complex, but they moved it over one street to like a church or something.
Bastards. Now you got
now
you got to drive your fancy car into someone else's parking lot.
Yeah. But I'll do it on my way home.
That's cool.
Yeah. Well, anyway, weather's changing. It's been sucky here all week for the most part. Nothing but rain and cold and wind and rain and cold and wind.
Yeah, we had weird weather here, man. It was like it was kind of mid-level early of the week. Then yesterday it was like 77 degrees.
Yeah, it got up to about 78, but then it just dropped off.
Yeah, because today I was looking at the weather, before I came in here, because as I said last week, I have to do heaters and all that shit to keep this room warm enough. It's going down to fucking 36 degrees by the end of this fucking show.
Yeah, falling off pretty quickly.
I'm like, motherfucker, it's gonna goddamn snow.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell?
Yes, well, it's that time of year, my friend.
Well, I actually have news tonight.
You do?
I have a bit of news, and this is gonna stun you. This is gonna stun you.
Okay.
I am going to officially tell you and have you agree with me that I found a good use for social media, specifically Twitter. Are you ready for that kind of news?
Okay. You've got my curiosity piqued, so let's go.
After last week's show, I made a new friend on Twitter.
Oh?
One Miss Mariah Formica.
Oh, really?
Yes, I did.
Very nice.
I've been chatting back and forth with her pretty much all day today, actually. And she will be joining us in 2 weeks on the show.
Oh, very cool. I actually played her Never Let You Go video today again, because she just does it so effortlessly. It's just, it's like, wow.
Yeah. Did you see her video of Dream Warriors?
I did. I saw that. I actually sent that to Don.
That's pretty solid, man.
Yeah, he said she did a really good job with that.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah, she's real good. Everything I've seen her do, anywhere from playing guitar, which she says she's not a guitarist or she's doesn't have that much interest in. She smokes on guitar.
Yeah.
Obviously, she could sing her ass off.
Yeah. Well,
But to be so modest as to say, yeah, I'm really not, I'm not really a guitarist. It's like, you play better than 90% of people out there.
yeah. Well, as far as I'm concerned, if she could put her foot up on a monitor and wear Don's hat, she could take over the gig.
Yeah, I did send that to him a week ago, and he did comment on it. He said, "Yeah, she's really good. She did that real well."
Yeah. But she seems really nice. She seems like a real total, like everything, every single DM. I felt like Tommy Lee with my caviar on the paper plate, just DMing back and forth with her. But every single post was, "Oh, thanks so much, happy face, smile emoji, thumbs up emoji." I'm like, Jesus, she's all, but she's that age. She's that age where she would be all about the emojis and the LOLs and all that other stuff. So
Well, I saw a couple of videos of her performing live in front of like arena style, big places, and man, she just has zero what's the word I'm looking for? Trepidation up there.
yeah,
I mean, she's just as natural as can be. She's just an entertainer, and she doesn't act nervous, and she just gets up there and just rips.
I'd like to know who the scary talent was on The Voice that knocked her out.
No idea. I don't watch the show and never have.
I've never seen
I know
it
she
either.
was on there, but holy shit.
Yeah, I've never once watched. I've never been moved to watch one episode of The Voice.
No.
So I've never seen it, but I did. I was reading her bio a little bit, and it talked about that she was on The Voice, and she got. And I don't know how this show works, but something about 4 chairs weren't turned or something, and that meant that she got into a certain round, but then she didn't get to the live round. And I was like, who the fuck is better than this girl? I'd really like to see the scary talent that's better than her.
Right.
Because she's unbelievably talented as far as musical.
Yeah, I agree.
And she's cute.
Yeah, she is.
She's cute, which that usually goes a long way on these shows too. Is are you hot enough to be a rock star? Remember when we had RH Metal on whatever show he was on, American Idol.
Yeah.
And they didn't say it, but they basically were like, "Look, fatso, lose some weight and come back."
Yeah, go to Nashville, get on a diet.
Yeah.
Get on a treadmill.
Yeah, eat a salad, come back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's usually when it's somebody that's cute and talented, they make it through, but I don't know what happened there.
Yeah. Well, I enjoy her videos. I mean, she's a natural talent, and being as old as she is, what is she, 19 or something?
19 or 20 or something.
Like to play guitar the way she does. She did that Van Halen tribute.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, wow.
Yeah.
So she's a natural.
Well, she will be with us on November the 7th.
Very cool.
So there's my new friend on Twitter.
Look at you, copping all my fines.
Oh, that's what I do. I'm a friend poacher.
You are.
You introduced me to Don, I became Don's friend. You introduced me to John Levin, I became John's friend.
Yep.
Eric Ferentinos, you introduced me to Eric, now he's my friend.
Yep.
Me and Eric text all the time.
Yeah.
I poach all your friends.
Yeah, taking all my friends.
Yeah, try to. Eventually, I'm gonna get Sal in my pocket. Just give me a little bit.
Well, you can have Sal.
Yeah, that's the problem. Neither one of us really wants Sal. Sal's kind of like herpes. It's like once you have it, you can't get it off you.
Right.
It's stuck to you.
Yeah. Sal's a good dude, man. I like hanging out with Sal. He's funny.
You say so. tell you what, you can keep Sal, and I'll throw Jackal in the mix for you too. How's that?
How about that? What a bonus.
You can have Jackal with Sal.
There you go.
As long as you take the Richie Blackmore hard drive with you.
Exactly. Yeah. So what else is going on? Anything good?
I was sick all week, or most of the week, actually. Dude, and no, it's not COVID, before anybody fucking throws that into the chat room or the comments on the
Yeah,
video.
you already had that.
Yeah. I think I had COVID. So I didn't have COVID this week, but I was really quite sick on Thursday, especially.
Okay.
Dude, I did the live show for Aftershocks Wednesday. Had a great show. Had Joey Vera from Armored Saint and John Conley from Seven Dust came on, did a great live show. Afterwards, Matt and I talked for, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, got off. Everything was fine. And only thing was I was a little bit tired at the end of the show, which the way I sleep, that's not exactly new that I'm tired, so I was just like, fuck it. I'm just going to lay down and, go to sleep. It's already like 9:30, 10 o'clock. I was like, yeah, I'll go to bed early for me, instead of 5 a.m., I'll go to bed at 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So I laid down, and within a half hour, I had the fucking chills like no one's business. I had the fucking heater on me. I had 2 or 3 blankets on me, and I couldn't stop shivering and fucking teeth chattering, and I couldn't get warm, man. I just fucking was cold. And then, I went from that to, all of a sudden it switched in the middle of the night to just ungodly hot, sweating and trying to fucking cool down and couldn't do it, and jumped in the shower and that didn't work. And, it just was hot, cold. And
Just breaking that fever.
Yeah. I just had a fever and caught, I don't know if it was a flu or if it came on so immediate that, cause you might not know, but everybody else knows, when you start getting the flu, you start feeling, like achy a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't have any of it. I mean, I was perfectly fine doing Aftershocks. And then 2 hours later, I was dead.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dead sick, and it took me like 2 days to shake it, but
Now, where do you think you pick up these viruses or pick up this? I mean,
well,
you don't leave the house or you claim
I went out to vote.
So you think you might have picked something up out there?
I might have. I don't know.
Yeah.
And no, Sal, I will not be getting a fucking flu shot. Fuck that.
Well, my recommendation to you, and I take this every day.
Mm-hmm.
I take garlic.
I take garlic every day.
Do you?
Garlic and turmeric or whatever that's called.
Yeah, I take 2,400 milligrams of garlic a day.
Okay, I have it. It's in these little tiny little ball things,
and
I take like a handful, whatever that is. Like,
well, I take 2 garlic pills a day. I take one in the morning and take one in the evening.
Right.
And they say, and I believe it, because I haven't been sick in years. And I've been taking the garlic with my other vitamins and stuff, but they say it keeps your immunity strong.
Yeah, I take the garlic and I do the turmeric because, and this is so stupid, I can't believe I'm actually going to admit this, but I take the turmeric because there was this guy on Coast to Coast AM one night that said that it's like good for everything, from your heart to your blood to everything. So I was like, yeah, this shit costs $20 a bottle. It lasts 2 months. It's like, fuck, what am I really hurting if it doesn't? It's nothing. So I've been taking this shit for years, but I don't know if it does anything or not, but is what it is.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I either have a really good immune system or, I just obviously just kind of take care of myself, but regardless of that, yeah, I never get sick, which I'm glad for. But I take that stuff religiously every day.
Yeah, well, that's it. You're the vision of health. I'm the vision of get help.
Yeah, I don't know. I just look, I just see myself in the mirror and I go, oh man, it's like where have the years gone?
Yeah.
I feel like Peter Frampton lines on my face.
No, boy, they are there with that guy too. That dude's been looking like a grandfather since he was 43.
Remember when we went to see him opening up for Journey and John Waite?
Yeah, we didn't recognize him.
Yeah, we thought, who is that guy?
Yeah, and then he started singing. It was like, oh,
He looked like a grandpa then.
yeah,
And that was 20 years ago.
yeah,
Close to it anyway.
mm-hmm. Yeah. What is he now? He's probably what 70.
He's got to be at least because he was playing in what Humble Pie back in the
Yeah.
late 60s, early 70s.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. So he was born in 1950.
All right.
So 50. So he's 70.
Yeah, 70.
Yeah. Let's find us a nice picture of old Pete. Open image in a new tab. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Nice. Here, I'll put him up on the screen here. Share. I just learned a new trick for StreamYard. Look at him. Jesus.
Look at Black Metal Ray Lives Matter. See what she said in there.
Where's he at?
In the chat.
Yeah, that's true. He's probably right about that. That's probably why I get sick so often, because I did. He's probably right. When I was in the military, if it had a vag, I was in. Pink or purple, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, could be. Yeah, there you go. But look at Peter Frampton. Jeez, oh man.
Let's take a look. I would never even recognize him.
No, hell no. I'd recognize him fucking trying to play bingo at a church.
Yeah, maybe.
Something like that. He's looking old.
There he is. He was I think he was living in Cincinnati, if he still doesn't. I know he was living there because his daughter was going to college down there or something like that.
Could have stopped your sentence and I think he was still living. The dude looks like he's 1,000.
Well, that was the main staple for anybody who lived in the suburbs. Frampton Comes Alive.
Yeah, do you feel like I do?
Man, I can't tell you how many people had that album that I knew.
Did you have it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I had it too.
Yeah,
I was young.
Double album.
Yeah, I was young and I had it, or my mom had it, but I played it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. And it's good. It's still a worthy listen.
I listen to it periodically too.
Yeah, it's still worthy. The only one that Do You Feel Like I Do is unlistenable now. Just
You heard it too many times.
been beaten into my head by 98.5 WNCX.
Right.
It's like every time one of the DJs, gets a groupie they want to bang or something like that, they throw that song on and they go into the fucking broom closet and fuck whatever they're fucking or something.
Or go out to their truck to smoke some weed.
Yeah. And that's the other one too, because where the studio is, just to go smoke a cigarette, you have to go out well, you've been there, but you had to go out the studio, downstairs, out the doors.
Yeah.
And then to smoke a cigarette and then come back, good 10 minutes or so. So that's what the overnight DJs do. They line that track up with fucking Freebird, or what's the other one, the Christmas one that everybody plays, Allison something. What is that? I can't think of it, but it's another one that's like 10, 11 minutes long. So, yeah, us DJs, we all had our little gimmicks too. just like us. How many years did we use Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner every time there was a fucking audio fuck
Well,
up?
I mean, it bought us time to try to fix whatever the problem was.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, that might have been the most played song there at the beginning of the internet run.
Either that or the live version of Too High to Fly.
Yeah, Too High to Fly, because that's like 15 minutes too.
Yeah. But boy, I tell you, we really soldiered on. We fought those technical problems, head on every week. Some weeks we would come away without one technical problem. It was a huge victory for us,
Yeah. Yeah, no, we're Alice's Restaurant. Thank you, Jerry. No, now we've got it under control. Now this StreamYard shit is the shit.
It is. It works really well.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that? Did you see that email from Bob Nobandian about the AJ Benza?
Yeah, I did.
Well, just because I got that email, I had to go back and re-listen to that before the
Okay.
show. That's AJ. We got to figure out a way to reach out to him too.
Yeah. Well, I sent him a message, but I haven't heard back. So.
Yeah, same thing with Mark Dice. I've sent Mark Dice a couple of messages and heard nothing.
Well, look, they either come on or they don't.
Yeah, I know. But you got to wonder if you're, whatever means of
Yeah.
contact is even getting to them. That's the
And
whole,
that's the thing is you never know what, first of all, email is pretty much dead to email any of these guys. None of them check email.
right.
So then you have to figure out, are they Instagram mostly? Are they Twitter mostly? And then you got to get in, send them a DM on Twitter or a message on Facebook or whatever and figure it all out. It's a big pain in the dick.
It is a pain.
That's for sure. And that's why a lot of times it's not even worth the hassle.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, we met up with Chris Porter, the comedian, and he said he'd come on the show and just hit him up. And I know you did a couple of times and you heard nothing.
Hit him up, and he told us which platform to use.
Yeah.
He's like, use my Instagram. That's where I get all my. Okay, fine. I hit him up 15 times on his fucking Instagram. Never heard word one back.
There you go.
So, is what it is.
It's just dumb, man.
Yeah. Well, hey, don't promote your shit. What do I care?
Exactly. Well, speaking of social media, that one guy you shared a link with me last night.
Okay.
That was real good.
What was it?
that commentator guy.
Oh yeah. He's really strong.
Yeah, he hit all the points.
Yeah.
And it was just like, well, there's a guy who sounds just like me.
Yeah. Well, that's the one thing, dude. Since you're immersed in this shit way more than I am, you should really cut your YouTube time in half, because I know you kind of fall down the YouTube rabbit hole a lot. You should really cut your YouTube time in half and just go to BitChute. Start watching the stuff like Styx, who I know you watch all the time. Yeah. Watch Styx on YouTube, and then go down or on BitChute, and then go down the rabbit hole that you get taken down to with BitChute, and you'll find a bunch of shit that's way more in line with you.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of having to fight. YouTube, for whatever fucking reason, god damn it, every fucking day I go to my YouTube page, and it's like, here's the latest news, and it's all mainstream media bullshit.
Yeah, of course.
It's all CNN, MSNBC, CBS, ABC News. It's all, and every single day I click on the little 3 dots and I'm like, not interested. And then when it asks me why, I type irrelevant, or I click irrelevant, just so that, and then it disappears, and then it's back the next fucking day.
Yeah, of course.
It's like, listen, you cocksuckers, I don't want to see what you're fucking showing me.
Yeah.
And you would think because I'm a paying YouTube customer, I wouldn't have to do this every fucking day.
Yeah.
But YouTube, I wish their music platform wasn't so goddamn good. I'd cancel it in a minute. But I love the YouTube music. So
yeah. Well, I see some of the things that I do watch. They've been complaining more and more about getting shadow banned.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they're just actively knocking these sites out that don't align with their viewpoint.
Yeah. Well, what cracks me up is when people do get banned or whatever, and then they go on the same fucking platform and bitch about it.
Yeah.
You know what? If you're banned on Facebook, the minute you get unbanned, don't go on Facebook bitching about being banned. Just get off of fucking Facebook.
Yeah, I agree.
Go somewhere else. Set up a message, pin a message to the top of your Facebook that says, hey, if you're looking for me, I'll be on Gab or Minds or.
Yeah, I hear that platforms like a Facebook or even like a Twitter or something, when you put a link there to your other sites, they won't let you put it up there.
Then don't do it. Then get rid of it. Fuck them. I've never had a problem even with the CMS. I post the stuff that, because a lot of times I hate fucking fuck books so goddamn bad that a lot of times I just take the Minds link. Since I paid money to be part of Minds and to be part of Gab,
Right.
to give us the pro features on both. I take the links and I share them over to Facebook and Twitter. So if people want to interact, and people used to like when we would do a lot of musical type stuff online on the socials.
Mhm.
Well, I still do it, but I just do it only on Gab and on Minds. I YouTube is basically spam tube, or Facebook rather is basically spam book for the CMS now. The only thing I use it for is to say, hey, download the app. Hey, we have a YouTube channel. Hey, sign up for our podcast. I only use it for fucking spam.
Yeah.
To spam people. And then if they want to actually interact, I'm going to take them somewhere that is not censored. Because fuck Facebook and fuck Twitter and fuck Instacunt. Fuck them all. I hate them.
Well, you deal with that.
Yeah, well, I do. I set up the other platforms that aren't censored.
Yeah. Well, let's hope they remain that way.
Yeah, well, I don't see any Minds. I don't know what'll happen with Minds. I mean, Minds, well, I'll put it this way. Both platforms, I think, are probably going to stay uncensored as long as there's not government interaction to force them to do something. Because like Minds just bought into a program, or they added this crypto way of distributing messaging. So there's no real way to censor it.
Okay.
It's all posted through crypto. It's all crypto encrypted and it's not stored on any servers. So that's nice for Minds. Minds ain't going to get censored anytime soon. And then Gab, Jesus Christ, they're trying to wreck this guy's fucking life on Gab, the Andrew Torba, the owner of that company. That's the one where they fucking not only canceled his access to PayPal, Visa, everything, but canceled his family's access too. So he ain't going to get bought. And if he's still in business, he ain't getting bought out anytime soon. He's not going to sell out.
Well, that's exactly what they did to Alex Jones.
Yeah. And Alex Jones didn't sell out either.
Nope. But to have these companies go, well, we're not going to process your fees. We're not going to process your sales. We're not going to process your donations, or, we're not going to let you use any of our financial platforms because we don't like you.
Right. Yeah. No, it's dude, it's there's a methodology to actually making the change, and it's hard. It's very hard to get off of Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. It's hard to make the move, but man, if people like us that have a small but decent sized fan base, if we don't do it, and our fans don't do it, then it's just going to stay the way it is.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then don't bitch about it. At least for me, I feel good enough to bitch about it because I've actually made changes. I realized that Facebook is a bag of fuck. So I made a change. I don't use it. I use it as a tool now. I only use it as a tool for the dummies that don't know. Honestly, and I'll say it to everybody. And if you're a Facebook person that watches us on Facebook or on Twitter or even YouTube, I'm just saying it to you, because I hope you'll switch. But I only keep those channels alive for new people that are not aware of the show yet. For those people that are not aware of the show and not smart enough to get the fuck off those platforms are there for you. But in reality, I wish everybody would get the fuck off of Facebook, get the fuck off of Twitter, and get the fuck off of YouTube, and go to our alternate platforms. Go to our BitChute, go to our Vimeo, go to our Gab or Minds or whatever. You'll get better stuff. And, I'm telling you up front, I only use this shit for spam. So literally you going on there is kind of like watching the infomercials channel at 3 a.m. on your fucking cable, because I'm not feeding you anything good about the show. I'm literally feeding you, hey, we have an app. Make sure you sign up.
Yeah, you got ads over there. That's all
That's
it
all
is.
it is. It's an advertising platform. And that's all it's going to be. I'm not, I think I have an automated thing that feeds a story once a day from like Sleaze Rocks or Brave Words or something. And that's it. Other than that, everything that I want to talk about, during the week or that I might want to interact with the fans with, it's over on Gab or Minds.
Yeah.
And and I'm using it. I'm doing what I said. I gave a guy named Jason in Idaho my Judas Priest package this week. He came over, he signed up for Minds. I hooked him up. I got his address, and this little bookie book right here will be going out Monday to him. That one and the KK Downing book, just for being a follower on our uncensored platform.
Or being a convert.
Yeah, for making the switch, or maybe not even the switch, but also adding the place that we want to be seen.
Right.
Because I don't want to be seen on Fuckbook anymore. I don't want to be seen on fucking Twatter anymore. I don't want to be on these platforms. I'm forced to, because too many people are too fucking lazy to actually make a change.
Right.
You know.
Well, we're out there. Just you just got to make the change. What'll happen, or what'll finally happen, because obviously I bring it up all the time that I listen to Mark Levin.
Yeah.
He's more and more and more in line with Parler, and basically talking about shutting down his Facebook page.
Yeah. Parler's okay. The problem I have with Parler is that they make you give them your phone number.
Yeah.
And that's fucked. Because that maintains a level of control.
Right.
And I hate that. I hate, just to log into Parler. If you want to log into Parler to post something, you have to go through one of these stupid fucking reCAPTCHA things with what are the letters on the screen?
Yeah.
And then once you do that, then it says, well, we're sending a message to your phone. And then you have to type in the 6-digit code to get into your Parler.
Is that every time you log in?
Every time you log in.
Yeah, that's pretty cumbersome.
It's a pain in the dick. And it's why I don't. And yes, Sal, I already have a fake number for all that. I get it. But to be honest, having a fake number is more cumbersome than having a real number, because then I got to know where the fake number is to get the code. I don't give out my real cell phone number, but giving them the fake one, it means I still got to log in somewhere to get that fucking code.
Right.
It's a pain in the dick. That's why
I would do that about twice, and then I go, yeah, I'm done with this.
And that's where I'm at. It's like I'm much more comfortable using. I love Gab. I think Gab is of the ones that I've used. I like Gab the most. I like Minds second. I really liked that the owner of Minds was willing to do an interview with us. I thought that was cool. But I like those two, and I like Gab the best. It's short, it's to the point, and it's not quite as all-in right-leaning lunatic-y as the other ones. It definitely is right-leaning, but it definitely has like some comics are on it, and some musicians and some musical groups, like, heavy metal groups and all that kind of shit are available. So, I like Gab personally, but that makes me a racist, because if you look on Wikipedia, it says it's a racist social media platform.
Yeah, sure.
Go fuck yourself.
Well, that's another one, is the lefty Wikipedia.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Wiki's another one. Wiki's useless too. Dude, it's all useless. Google's useless. I mean, using Google right now is totally fucking useless. Totally fucking useless. That's why I go with DuckDuckGo, baby. That's my search engine.
DuckDuckGo.
DuckDuckGo.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, that's the one I use.
All right.
I use that. I use the Dissenter browser. I'm all about fucking not sharing anything with anybody. I don't exactly. I'm literally that conspiracy kook. I just don't talk
Well,
about it.
do you have a VPN?
Well, if I don't, I do have IP Vanish. I do have an account with IP Vanish, but
Mhm.
that was more for when I was bootlegging TV than anything else. I was using it on my Apple or my Amazon box to get away with bootlegging TV.
Right.
But now that I just pay for that shit, it's like I don't really use the VPN much. I bought it. I bought the lifetime account with IP Vanish. So I have it, but I don't really use it. If I really I don't really go anywhere that I'm that concerned about anybody knowing anything about me. But if and when I do, like when I do banking stuff, as an example, I use Opera, which has VPN built into it.
I gotcha.
So yeah, I'm a bit of a techno weirdo.
Well, I know you got to be careful these days because these tech companies are getting way too powerful, and way too big, and way too controlling.
Mm-hmm.
That it's almost to the point to where you have to go off the grid now.
Yeah, it's getting there. And would that really be such a bad thing?
Not really, no.
I mean, it would suck that this show would have to end, but let's be honest. If that was the worst thing in most people's lives that the CMS had to end, so what? I would happily have the CMS end if everybody was off social media completely. If all of my friends, I would trade the CMS, Aftershocks podcast, and everything that I watch on TV to have all of my friends off of social media, where I could just have, actual face-to-face relationships again that are not impacted by social faggot ass media.
Yeah, I live pretty blissful when it comes to not having any interaction with anybody.
Yeah.
On any kind of a platform.
Yeah, well, you hate people.
Yeah.
There was a time I liked people. And in fact, that only went away for good maybe like 2 years ago.
Right.
I mean, you've been over here when I have the parties. When I throw a party, fucking 100 fucking people show up.
Yeah, they filter in, filter out.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of people that fucking, interact with me or like to fucking hang out and party and drink and, smoke a little weed and all that kind of shit with me. But, it's to the point now that every time I get together with them, I got to hear what they're fucking arguing about on fucking social media.
Yeah, the whole arguing on social media makes no sense to me at all. Because are you really going to change somebody's viewpoint?
No, it's so dumb. It's a useless fucking habit. And that's the thing that's the most crazy about social media. It's the most useless fucking habit ever. And yet people are just addicted to it. They're just like, oh, I got to see what's going on. And do you really need to see that? Before social media, what did you do? You just didn't know what was going on. And somebody would call you. And then, the way it used to work was you didn't know what was going on with your friends. And then your friends would call you and say, hey, we're having a party, or we're getting together to watch the football game or the World Series or, whatever it was, the wrestling pay-per-view. You want to come by? Sure, I'll come by. Need me to bring something? Just what you're drinking. Remember those days?
Yeah.
That was the conversation. And then what did you do? You went to the party and you caught up with your friends on what they were doing for fucking 6 or 7 hours. Now you go to somebody's party, if they have a party, because half the people are too afraid now because of fucking fruity COVID, but you go to somebody's house and the first thing out of everybody's mouth is, gee, man, I saw that you were at the blah, blah, blah on social media. What was that concert like? Well, you already know what it was like. You fucking saw my social media post. So, it's like
you got nothing left to talk about.
There's nothing to talk about. So these parties all suck. They're boring. Nobody's doing anything crazy. We're older now, so it's not like the old days where a party meant, I don't know, getting blown in the bathroom or something. You know, I mean, that day is done.
Yeah.
You know, the parties are boring. Now it's everybody sitting around eating chips and going, oh yeah, yeah. Let's talk about Trump. Let's talk about Biden. It's like, fuck off. Let's talk about sports. Oh, we can't talk about sports because this guy or that guy's not watching sports. Well, then let's talk about, well, we can't talk about movies because this guy's not watching Robert De Niro movies anymore. And this one thinks that the Avengers are all fucking, you know, left-leaning idiots. Okay, fine. Well, let's talk about, well, we can't talk about TV because this person watches The View and likes it. So we can't, you know, it's like, fuck, you can't talk about fucking anything.
Nope.
It's fucking pain in the dick.
Yeah. Everything is fun. Fun is gone out of the world.
Mm-hmm. So it has to it gets narrowed down into individual times. You know, that's really what, like, you know, my birthday's this week and I'm going, Kelly hits me up and she's like, what do you want to do for your birthday? And I was like, I want to eat a steak and get high. That's what I want to do. And she's like, all right, pick a day. I was like, bet. And that's going to be great. That's going to be a lot of fun because it's just going to be sitting around, listening to tunes, getting drunk, getting stoned, having fun. And it's like, man, I need that, you know, and but you can't have that anymore. That's the whole problem, is it's so few and far between to do that kind of shit anymore, you know, and you have to do it in smaller numbers because you can't do anything with a group of people anymore because everybody's fucking, you know, whiny.
Yeah.
It just sucks.
I agree. All right. Well, I think we should take a break here.
All right.
I got Armored Saint has a message for everybody who Chris was just talking about.
Yeah.
From their Win Hands Down release.
Okay.
This one is called Up Yours.
Yeah, pal.
Here it is. It's Armored Saint exclusively here
On your classic metal show.